there. Today we are going to look at different ways to keep lists in Asana and also in Airtable. Two different options. You do not need to use both systems, just pick one, and whichever one you think is best for you. If you're already using one program or the other, obviously that makes the most sense to stick with it. But if not, take a look at this quick tutorial and then go with the one that you think is best. The good news is both of these options are free versions of the program, so it doesn't hurt to give it a try. For Asana, which is the one we're looking at here first, I've created a board or a project within Asana, and it's called, sorry, my face is in the way. It's down here. Let me move it. Let me move it up. Okay, it's right here. It's called to-do list. Okay, so I have other boards set up in here, but you can create as many as you need. And for this one, for to-do list, there are different ways you can view it. You can view it in a list form, which you can see right here, or in a board form, which is kind of like Trello. And of course, Trello is another option for doing something, a system like this as well. I personally use Asana, which is why I'm showing it to you, but Trello is another great option. So in my project here for to-do list, I have different lists that I've created so that I can kind of organize and prioritize my tasks, my projects. So I've made lists that are for monthly lists. So for February and March, and obviously you could keep adding on to that for future projects. But then I also just created like a list for future, just in general. Maybe I don't know when I'm doing it yet, but they're just ideas that I have that I want to park somewhere so that I don't forget. And when I'm ready to, start a new project, I can work off of this list. So each one of these is just a different task. To add one, you just quickly, easily click on that and start planning new product. Okay, whatever you want to add to it. It's just a running list. But the nice thing is that it can move to the monthly list or to the weekly list very easily. So that's what I like about using a digital product like Asana, because when you're ready to move it off your monthly list to this week, what you're doing this week, it's really simple. So for example, for the month of February, I have a list of things I want to accomplish. I want to write 3 blog posts, plan all of the social media for February, start mapping out and planning my mini course. I want to write weekly emails, start a new Instagram course that I've been taking, and design my website. So that's for February. Now, when you start a new week, so maybe it's Friday at the end of the day, you want to plan your next upcoming week, or Sunday, the day before the week starts, whatever works for you, you can take a look at your monthly list and pull over what you're going to work on that new week coming up. So obviously you're not going to be able to get all of this done, so you're just going to pick maybe your top 3 things to start with. If you finish them, awesome. You can always pull another item over into your weekly to-do list. That's the nice thing about this system. So maybe this week I'm going to plan February's social media, and I'm going to write a blog post. Now I have here write 3 blog posts, but I'm not going to write 3 this week. So I'm going to say write a blog post on, and then whatever your topic is. Like you can schedule out which one you want to do that week. Okay, so then all you want to do is assign a due date. Assign it to yourself so it'll show up on your calendar, and pick when you think you're going to get this accomplished by. So I'm going to have that due tomorrow, and on Friday I will have my blog post written. Okay, and then when you look at the calendar view, which is here, you can see them on the calendar, but you don't see all the other tasks that you have for the monthly or the future, which is the nice part, because this is just zeroed into what you're doing this week. And when you're done, you can check it off your list just by marking that little checkbox. And then if you want to see all your tasks at one time in Asana, you just click on My Tasks, and everything you have for different projects can come into play here. Another great option for keeping track of your monthly and weekly lists is Airtable. This is another great system, and I'm showing you my demo version of my ultimate blog template. And this is a product I've created for bloggers and other content creators that allows you to keep everything in one place. Asana can do it as well, but Airtable has some different functions that I find really helpful for organizing all your information. It's kind of like a spreadsheet on super speed, like it does a lot more. So for the to-do list portion, which we'll go over today, you can have a tab here. So I have all these different tabs, which is what I mean by keeping everything organized in one place. So you'll just scroll over, or you click on this list here, and you can see all your different tables. So you click on your to-do list, and here you can keep a running list in a very similar way. You just add a new task here. So write blog post, for example. And you can customize this, of course, to meet your needs, but I have created a space where you can assign a due date. If you don't know the due date yet, you just leave it off. If it's just like a future project, you just leave it off. You can assign a priority level to it. And again, these can all be customized. The colors, the names of them, whatever works for you. So one option is like high priority, medium, and low priority. Another option, which some people who are juggling household and family stuff at home, maybe you need to categorize it into, this is a task I can do anytime. This one I can do with just minimal interruptions, and this is a task that is no interruption. So maybe something like writing a blog post, you don't want your children coming in and interrupting you. So you just want to categorize that. So that way when you have some free time, you can kind of pick from the list and what works best for you. I've also created a spot where you can check it off when it's complete. So for example, after I posted to Instagram or created my video, if I check that box, I have it filtered so that those tasks disappear. So it's done. Can you see them again? You sure can. It's just filtered here. So if you remove the filter, you'll see all the ones that were checked. You can add it back at any time. Just sort it. Oops, I want to do it the other way. Okay, and then these are the tasks that are not completed yet. Once you assign a due date to it, you can then create, to move my face, a calendar version where the view will show you on the calendar, kind of like Asana, when those are due. If there's no due date scheduled, then it won't show up on this view. It's still there in your grid view, but it wouldn't show up on the calendar view. So you can do a similar system here in Airtable, just like you did in Asana. And you could keep a running list and assign due dates to it each week as you start to work on them. You could also duplicate this table. Just click on the arrow and then duplicate table. And you could do a similar one if you wanted to have different types of lists. So this one could be, your monthly to-do list, and the other one could be your weekly to-do list. That's another option. And my final option to you is you can create different views here so that you could look at just the weekly or monthly to-dos. And if you want help setting something like that up, that's what I'm here for. So just reach out and let me know. I'm happy to answer your questions. And if you need a little bit extra, I also offer one-to-one coaching sessions, which, basically can be like a work-along session where I can help you get things set up and started and get you off and running. So hopefully that is helpful, and just let me know if you guys have any questions at all.